Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I want to share my plans for the year 2019 this year so you all know some of what will be coming up. The gameplay in the background will be Lotro as that is the focus of this video, but I will be talking about other games as well. So to start off, I largely plan to keep on doing what I am doing and improving my content, but I do have some new stuff coming up as well, I hope. But to get into more specific plans, I will be doing my annual gameplay videos again. These are the ones without commentary if you're unfamiliar, and every year I do try to improve on these and work on them from the perspective of somebody that has never seen the game before or a returning player. This year I will just be doing Lotro and WoW, my two main games, although I haven't played much WoW in a while before this actually. But I do hope to start uploading these in the next couple weeks, and we'll be publishing all the videos at 8 AM. Or if I have two for a day at 8 AM and 12 PM Eastern Time, just so you all know when they would be, and my other videos or streams would be later in the day during this period, so there is some separation between the two. Streaming Lotro has been a large part of my channel the past year, especially with the legendary servers. I have done a lot more streams since they were released along with the Lore Master series I've been doing. I do plan to continue streaming this character along with Lotro in general. As far as some other specific streams, I may try to do full zone run-throughs on different characters and classes for the zones that I won't be covering on my Lore Master or perhaps Louis. Additional streams may include various in-game activities both on regular and legendary servers, kinship activities on legendary server, leveling new characters with some class talk, similar to my somewhat recent burglar stream, new content or updates if applicable, festivals, and anything else that really comes up in the game. And with streaming, the options are pretty endless actually, so there's just a lot to do there for this year. Another big part of my channel the past year was Louis the Warden, which I have gotten off track of actually since the Legendary server release mainly, and I have done some work actually on recording some videos and plan to have these edited for the start of this year actually and the end of 2018. But I ran into issues with my laptop, so I was actually unable to work on these during the window I had available to do that. Kind of unfortunate how that worked out. I got my laptop fixed basically right after that. And the good news is I still plan to get to the Louis Den videos, it's just a matter of when, while I balance all the stuff going on early this year, which does include school, streaming, the annual gameplays I mentioned, and just all that stuff. But to get to the 2019 part of the series, what will actually be coming up this year, my plans for it, I do intend to keep Louis Den going, and I would like to have weekly episodes throughout the year, just basically on top of anything else I already do. And even though the legendary servers are really fun and what I actually mainly play now, since I also haven't enjoyed much of Update 23 endgame, Louis is still fun to play and level up. One bonus for playing him, and just on the regular servers anyway, is he isn't limited level and content wise like the legendary servers. If that does ever become relevant, I'd have to level him pretty fast for that. The next thing that I started late last year, again, was trait build guides in Lotro. This coincided with the legendary servers since they largely motivated and inspired me to make the guides again, and like Louis, I have a few of these guides actually already recorded, but I need to get to editing them. As far as how this series will be going into 2019, I plan to continue to make the trait builds, but the problem I run into and have already ran into is I am not too familiar with some of the intricacies of some of the classes and specs, and I don't want to be making builds that aren't useful. Even if they do work well for me, they might not be the best, and I don't want to share bad information like that. And that's why I have been sticking to the classes I play most and am familiar with how they actually level and just generally how the classes and specs play. So as far as these goes, we'll have to just see what happens after I run out of classes that, again, I'm most familiar with, but I would like to make some updated trait builds for classes I have already covered, such as, well, the Warden and Rune Keeper are the two main ones, as well as the Bjorning now that they've been updated as well. And for those classes, I can also cover stuff more specific towards the legendary servers as well when I make new ones. Two other relatively new things I started was a more solid Lotro news series, as I called it, and Lotro commentaries is what the playlist is called, and that includes any reviews and just thoughts types videos, as well as other random topic videos related to Lotro. I have actually done these types of videos fairly scattered throughout the past few years, well, a couple years, I don't know how long, but it's actually been a while. But anyway, along with the legendary servers, I feel like I have solidified it a lot more, and I will be continuing to do these as they come up. And in these, I have also been doing patch or update rundowns, which contain my thoughts and impressions of the notes, and those two videos that I have done so far have actually been surprisingly successful, and I will definitely be continuing to do those as well throughout the year. I'm still trying to actually improve on those because it's something new to me, but so looking at my channel, that has pretty much been all I've been doing with the Lord of the Rings Online the past few months. The only other series I have been uploading is actually Mage Play in World of Warcraft, and that mainly actually consists of older videos since as I mentioned earlier, I haven't actually played WoW for a while. It's been a few months now. And as far as that goes, I will upload any recordings I still have. I gotta actually search to see how much I have left. And I will continue the series if I'm ever in the mood for WoW, and I do want to mention, I still enjoy leveling in WoW, especially since they scaled the way it scales for lower level content. I just don't enjoy Battle for Azeroth in general, not just the Battle for Azeroth in-game, but some of the changes and class changes along with it, but I still find leveling overall enjoyable, and just the whole low-level scene I enjoy as well. So that is really all of what I've been doing and where it will be going in 2019. To quickly sum that up, I will continue all of my Lotro series that I have been doing, including returning to actually doing Louisden, and some new streams that I will be doing, and I will loosely continue Mage Play as we just talked about. So, what about new stuff? I do have some plans for new and exciting stuff this year, and we'll start with Lotro again and some new types of videos I will be doing. And this list was a lot longer before, like the end of last year, a couple months ago, I had a long list of some new stuff I wanted to try in Lotro, but I already started that stuff at the end of last year, so this is actually quite short now. But as far as new things go, I will be looking into doing more broad class and spec guides. A lot of these things will be guide related because I enjoy making those, by the way. But yeah, some more broad class and spec guides, and these would be outside of trait builds. I also have a few other videos planned that I would like to do, just some general videos, and also some leveling guides, and again, to go back, just other guides in general I have some loose plans for. But I would like to do leveling guides, as I mentioned, later this year. That is something I want to get to and have more solid plans for. And then, as mentioned earlier, I also have a few new stream types planned for Lotro later this year, as well as that will include new characters, zone playthroughs, and just other new stuff for updated content like I talked about earlier. Moving on, one area I am looking to expand in this year is other games, and as I have talked about throughout this video, I am really happy with where my Lotro content is while I continue to try and improve it and even do more with it, but I do want to spend some time uploading other games. So before I get to other games, the first other game is actually World of Warcraft, and in particularly I want to do Classic WoW. That's still a while away, but it will be this year. And I am very excited for Classic WoW, and I tentatively plan a live stream series on a Shaman. And a Shaman for two reasons, because I want to be able to play my mage that I will definitely be making. I'll be making the same mage I made way back in, that might have actually been vanilla that I started. That was a long time ago, but I want to be able to play him outside of streams and videos and content and all that stuff, but I think it will also be fun to go through the Horde side of stuff in Classic WoW, since I never actually did that back then. That is all I actually have solidly planned right now for World of Warcraft, a single series, but that game could lead to other possibilities in videos. One thing I'm also interested in doing, but I don't know how it would work out, is another Let's Play style on the Alliance side with my other characters, but we'll just have to see how that goes this summer, I guess. So as far as actual other games that I don't play or upload, one problem here is I don't like spending money on new games. I don't know why, but I just hate spending money on new games, and that would really limit these videos to free-to-play games or other older games I own already. But what I've been thinking about doing is doing a few streams, like a mini series, maybe 5 streams, like my normal stream time of a game, particularly an MMORPG, where I go through basically as a new player and test the game out to see if I like it, and maybe if I like it, I'd continue the streaming series a little bit longer. But after that kind of period, I think it would be fun to do a review and my impressions, a video about that, about the game. And the thing that limits this is that the review would be based only on what I experienced, and maybe like if I did my normal stream time and 5 streams, maybe 10 or so hours of playing. And depending how long I give it before the review, however, I think that also can be a good thing, as the review is from a new player perspective and my initial impressions of the game as that is. So as far as what games I would do this in, well, the first 2 that come to mind are Rift and Guild Wars 2, because they're just 2 other games I have played. Another game that just came to mind is actually Black Desert Online BDO. I think that's what it's called, but I just thought of that, and that one I think is free to play, so it's also a possibility. I'm pretty sure it's an MMO, but anyway, if you can't tell, I am not much of a, as I mentioned, not much of a new game person. I like sticking to the games I am comfortable with and actually enjoy. I don't like trying new games and then not enjoying them. That's another reason I don't really play new games. But moving on from that, as far as what games I would do for that series specifically, like I mentioned, Guild Wars 2 is the first one I would like to do, and I actually plan on trying that. Maybe, probably not, I don't know if I would get to it later this month, but sometime in the near future, maybe February or something, is something I would like to do. And if that goes well, depending how it goes, I would move on to Rift and then other games. And if you all have any suggestions for games or any ideas on this series or as a whole, I would really appreciate any feedback as far as that goes. So the last topic I have here for my plans for 2019 is actually some more personal plans that are related to YouTube. The main thing here is I'm actually not sure how much I will be able to record or stream or make videos in general in the fall of this year and after this year, which is actually outside the scope of this video, but I want to share it anyway. I am not sure what I will be doing exactly, because I'll be graduated from school and I gotta decide some stuff, and we'll find out later this year. But I definitely do want to keep my channel updated, and at this point I just don't know how much I will be able to keep on working on video streams, or maybe perhaps I could work on it a lot more. That would be pretty nice. But I will probably be giving an update of some form much later on this year, because again, this whole video has been about my plans for 2019. I have a ton of stuff planned and content I am working on, so this isn't really a big doom and gloom video. But moving on from that, the other thing here is with equipment upgrades and updates, and I have actually been pestered a little bit to show my face cam while I stream. Actually, I don't have a face cam, just a face cam, but that's not really appealing to me personally, but it is something I can look into as a possibility if I keep seeing it requested. Otherwise, I don't really have too much stuff to upgrade as far as my PC goes or equipment. I've got a lot of that stuff settled now that I have the new mic, but might even upgrade this one. It's not doing too well overall. It's kind of breaking on me. But anyway, I may look into upgrading my GPU, as it is getting a little bit old now. But if it keeps working fine in the games I play, I don't really have a big issue with it right now. It does have some little issues, but I can move past those. And that is finally it for this long video of my plans for 2019. Before I do finish, I want to give a little plug to my Twitter, which I will be using throughout 2019 and used a lot last year. So if you are interested in checking that out, it's linked below, and I will also be sharing all the playlists I mentioned in the description and comments below. Finally, if you have any feedback, suggestions, or any of that good stuff about this video and my plans for 2019 in general, please do share in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed listening to my plans, and if you did, please like, and if you think you will enjoy my content in 2019, please do subscribe for more, and thanks for watching, everyone.